Hi, everyone. Hope you guys are doing great today. Very quickly, just wanted to come on here with my daughter and just talk about this idea that it's a jungle out there, and it's actually a metaphor for a dangerous and threatening environment. And I know when I grew up, that's one of the things that I remember being taught as a kid, is that when I went out there, was that the environment was dangerous, and no one really prepared me for it. And this is where, let me bring it almost this way. There we go. That it took me a long time really to understand what tools I needed, and so I did come up with this idea or this understanding. Growing up in the streets of New York, some of you guys know my story. I grew up in New York City in the Bronx, and this is the 60s and 70s, where there's a lot of gangs. And if you look at pictures and images of the Bronx back then, and my wife and I were actually talking about that, it looked like a bomb, like it was like a bombed out zone, like after a war. And so it was just really horrible. And I remember as a kid, that was my playground, and it was very dangerous, very threatening, but it was my reality. And I remember when that program, I don't know if you guys remember that program, Scared Straight. You never heard,
Yeah.
you know of the program, right?
Yeah, I know.
Scared Straight.
I think they still have it.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe not.
they
Maybe they
still
don't
use-
still run it, but
Yeah, no, I don't know,
Yeah.
but I know when it came
still out
out,
there.
and the idea was trying to, if you don't know, it's where they went into a prison. They got several inmates, prisoners, and some of them were lifers. They were in for murder and robbery and assault, and they agreed to share with young boys who were on the borderline of going into jail, prison. They were young, so the program was where they would bring these people, these young people and young boys in to these hardened criminals, dangerous criminals, and these criminals would tell them what the reality of prison life was and what these young men were to look forward to if they continued on their path. And so it was more than they just said it was crazy, it was dangerous, and if you're going to continue on the path, that's where you go. So anyway, I say all that because that's the environment I grew up in. And so for me, growing up in the streets it was very dangerous, and it was very threatening, and it was definitely a kill or be killed environment. And of course, as I got older and I moved out from that, I had to adjust the way I thought. But one of the things that we're talking about with this, what's going on now with our kids, not that they're going to grow up in an environment that I grew up in, but it is a jungle out there. It's dangerous out there, and it can be threatening, and it's an environment that we need to prepare our kids for. And so that metaphor, does that resonate with you as far as
Yeah,
a
it
jungle
does.
out there?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you when you say that it's symbolizing that it's like a dangerous place and a lot that can go on. But I think it even just symbolizes life in general. Like there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff going on, like whether it's dangerous stuff or just different like challenges that you have to deal with. So I guess the whole idea of that is to make sure you're preparing your children for that instead of sheltering them and hiding them from the world as much
Yeah.
as you can. You kind of want to expose them to certain things and then tell them what they can expect.
Yeah,
Possibly.
yeah, it's amazing because I know that one of the things that came out with this experience. Oh, hi, Mrs. Hernandez.
Hi.
Hello again. I think
The
they
TV
still
show.
have that
Yeah.
program.
I think you're right because I keep seeing something like that too. I didn't know they still run it though, but yeah, it is still out there.
All right,
That's kinda
yeah,
cool.
yeah, and it's got its benefits because there are kids definitely making bad choices and the reality
Does
of it.
scare
But
you.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm glad they still have it. But with this pandemic, when we got into this, I hear my wife. She's coaching right now. That's awesome. We got a lot going on in this team, the Siaga household. But anyway, yeah. So when we went into this pandemic, one of the things that really came to light with the martial arts that we teach, and right, was the life skills. And we were focusing a lot on the self-defense, the physical aspects of martial arts. But going into this pandemic, there was no kick, punch, or choke, or arm bar, or karate form that was going to help us in this. What was going to help us through this was a mindset, and so it was a thinking, and the way you trained and what you did. And so the life transforming, but the life mastery program that we decided to really implement in a very new and powerful way is basically reality based to deal with the jungle. And part of the presentation that I talk about I talk about within the presentation is the jungle that the kids are going out to. When we kids go out that door, when we go out that door, it can be a dangerous and threatening environment. And so the Life Mastery Program talks about how to think, how to train, and how to act. And so we talk about the awareness, right? Being aware of a situation, assessing a situation, and moving to the right appropriate action. So the Life Mastery Program actually is all about having that mindset. And it comes through, and the Mastery Program, it's a very specific and redefined curriculum that I put together along with a couple of my mentors, and of course Master Tiaga, Master Donato. We're all involved in this, and we refined it so it's relevant for now. We took it to a whole new level. The parents are also part of this team and part of the loop, so to speak. And it's also a mentoring and coaching program by myself, my daughter, Master McGill. And so what I want to do is encourage everyone to really find out more about this life mastering program that we have. It's available to our students at Donato Karate, but I'm also, meeting with people that are not at our school. There are people from around the United States, probably the East Coast, people watching and listening and asking about this life mastery, because it's not about kicks and punches. It's always about what you think. And so find out more about it. And what you do is, you want to find out more about it, just type in mastery in the comment section below, or just basically private message me, and we'll set up a one-on-one call. And of course, Master Luciaga, she's she's already doing one-on-ones, but the Life Mastery program has her coming in a much more powerful way with respect to the curriculum that we have. It's a 12-month program, but we're really focusing on the next 90 days. We want to make sure everyone commits to 90 days if you come on, so that you can know how to navigate. Because in September, we're going to have a way for kids to go back to academics, back to school. We're opening up, moving forward in our phases as far as businesses opening up. What does that look like? And the Mastery Program really helps us to refine how we think, so that we can train in a very specific way, so that we can do things that are relevant to what's currently happening in the world right now, in our world, in our unique world. So the one-on-one, I'll get together with you. If you're interested, just type in mastery in the comment section below, or reach out to me, private message me, and say you want more information. What I'll do is I'll schedule a time so we can come one-on-one, and then I'll first find out what's going on with you, in a unique way, so that we can then tell you how this Life Mastery Program will help you, because it's unique to every single individual. Okay, and so anyway, I want you to just reach out to you guys, because it is a jungle out there. It could get dangerous. It could get threatening. I know the question today was asked of this. Somebody asked, well, you go back to work. I'm sorry, I'm knocking your knee. Go back to we go back to, we're opening up the school. What happens if we have to shut down again? What happens if we have to shut down again? What happens if there's a peak in the virus, and also now we're told by our local authorities to shut down? What do you do? My answer is this: I'm going to keep moving forward. Okay, right now I am preparing my mind, my body, training to adapt, to improvise, and to continue to grow and expand and build. And this is what this Life Mastery Program is about. Regardless of what happens as we move forward, we have to have a certain mindset so that we can train ourselves in a certain way, so that we can be prepared regardless of what happens. Circumstances should not make a difference in our lives, and circumstances and conditions should not make a difference. What makes a difference, I spoke about this yesterday, is our ability to think and choose what to do when we realize what's going on. So they say you got to shut down, then my thought process is good. Now, what do I need to do to adapt, to improvise, to continue to grow and expand and serve you guys? And so we need to make sure our kids know what to do, because it doesn't matter what happens in September. What's school going to be like? Who cares? It's all about how you choose to think and choose to go through every situation. And that's what the Life Mastery Program is about. Because yes, it's a jungle out there. Actually, there was a song that's from that show, Monk. I found it's a jungle out there, and I wanted to play it for you guys, but I don't want to have any copyright issues or anything like that. But check it out, and I'll probably put it in the comment section below. And other than that, guys, Talk to you guys soon. Reach out to me. You want to set up a one-on-one with me to find out more about our Life Mastery program. Okay? Take care. And I thank my daughter for coming here. And this is me sharing with her about my position on that. This way she has some food for thought with that. And any last thoughts from you? No. Okay. All right. All right, guys. We're going to get back to our 101s and getting ready for our classes of the day. Take care. Have a great day.